Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is the brother number one coming to you with another lesson, all through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors, as always, goes to the apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, who rule well and continue to labor in this truth. And always much love and peace and blessings to the elect of Israel, and of course the great multitude, man. Those men, women, and children whom are also destined to be saved out of the terrors to come, or that final terror to come, I should say, which is World War III. So let's start here, and I'm going to show you something, because I want to talk about not necessarily this whole, small hat and, this whole small hat situation that's going on over there. But really and truly, you got two factions. I wouldn't say fighting, because one is getting absolutely annihilated by the other, but then conflict over something that doesn't belong to them, ultimately. All right? That land is promised to Israel. You can't promise Israel to Israel, man. All right? Because Israel is a people, not a place. All right? Anyway, let's read this. This is Amos 9 and 11. It says, "In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David, the house of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, that doeth this." Now Edom, we know who they are, the so-called white people. They are the number one enemy, man. The number one nemesis of Israel, man. And the head house of that is Amalek, man, which is, them small hats, man. Those people that are acting right now, pertaining to be, with that suffix on the end, over there, doing what they do best. That's not for them, man. And they're showing themselves now, man. People are starting to see. I see a lot of things on social media now. People are starting to see the truth of the matter. Anyway, reading on. It says, verse 13 says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt." So basically, the plowman, we're the plowman, man. All right? And we're the seed sowers, man. The mountains, those, the top governing bodies, man. Those hills shall melt, meaning they're gonna come down, man. They're gonna be brought down. And also, a lot of them are gonna melt with that fervent heat of the nukes, man. Verse 14 says, "I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel." And that's not of the land, because the land is not called that. If you look at any old maps before, the early 20th century, and you won't see that name on the maps, man. All right? "And they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, saith the Lord thy power," saith the Lord Yahweh thy power. Right? So there you have the Lord exclaiming or proclaiming, I should say, that he is going to give his people the land, not this way, right? Not by way of Arthur Balfour, man. So let's read this in the Wikipedia, man. And I'm not going to read everything because there's always some BS in here. I'm just going to read the point. So it says the Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War. So this is something that's already been established before the Second World War. All right. So it shows you it's not about somewhere where they needed to go after their so-called atrocities, of what happened in the Second World War, but it was already planned for them to have that, to be given something that doesn't even belong to them. So it says, yeah, during the First World War, announcing its support for the establishment of a national home for the. I'm going to try and not say too much, don't these YouTube police, for the Ish people in Palestine, and then an Ottoman region with a small minority of the Ish population. The declaration was contained in a letter dated 2nd November 1917 from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Ish community, for transmission to the Zionist Federation of Great Britain and Ireland. The text of the declaration was published in the press on the 9th of November 1917. And there you have, Lord Rothschild, man, one of the top elites, one of the, the rulers of this world, man. Let's face it. All right. That name Rothschild, if you split it, it means red shield, man. Now let's break that down because we really get into that. What is the name of the nation that he is the head of, man? Edom. And Edom means what? Red. So they are the shield. They're the shield holders, man, of the red, man. Basically, they're the shield of Edom, man. They are the overlords of Edom, man. You can't make this up, man. It's perfect, and the Lord has done it this way. All right, the Lord has done it this way, man. Red shield. And do you know what? It's not even. I can't remember what their original name is, but that's not even their original name. So these people are always assuming identities that don't belong to them. Let's quickly read this, right? I have to zoom in a bit, and my eyes aren't what they used to be. So it says Balfour Declaration, Foreign Office, November 2nd, 1917. Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's Government, the following declaration of sympathy with the Ish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet. His Majesty's Government view with favour the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Ish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate and achieve of this object. And this is like, let me read that again. And will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done with which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-ish communities in Palestine. Well, they didn't follow through with that, did they? Clearly, because the minute they stepped in that place, they were annexing it, taking over spots and pushing people further and further, into the strip, man. It says all the rights and political status enjoyed by the Ish people in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring this declaration to the knowledge of the Zionist Federation. Arthur Balfour. So there you have the British government co-signing that declaration. Because why? Because these elites have been running these countries for a long time, man. Right? They've been running Great Britain. They've been running America and all of that, all these spots, especially what they deem to call the Western world. They've been running these spots, man. That is why all these mainstream media outlets don't want to go against their masters, man. You know, there's a saying, I always butcher it, but I want to say it the way I can say it. And it says, and it goes something like, you know who rules over you when you can't criticize them. Basically, you can't criticize your rulers, man. If you can't criticize people above you, like publicly, if the majority of the world can't publicly criticize a set of people, that's because they're in charge, man. Like, they're in charge. You know, let's read verse 15 in Amos 9 again. It says, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy power. So, when the true Israelites, not the other name, when the true Israelites are in that land, they won't need to be having wars and pushing people out of the way to get what's theirs, because the Lord is going to give it to them. So this is, you know, people don't even, most people have not, people are starting to learn, but most people have never even heard of the Balfour Declaration, man. And that's because the veil that these people have pulled over the nations, man. All right, deceiving them with their media. What did I want to get next? Let's get a quick one. Zechariah 9:6 says, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Right? What's a bastard, man? A fatherless son. A fatherless son, man. That's what they are. Well, really, their father's Satan, man. But he's not really got the power like, but you know, they follow after his ways, man. They don't even recognize Yahweh Shai, man. Most of them don't believe in even believe in the scriptures, man. But there you have Jake scattered among the nations, right? And you know, most of us, to a degree, still have that spirit of, you know, that zeal, man, that spirit of believing in the Lord, man, whether or not, no matter what you're calling him, Jake has always had that because it's in our spirit, man. We are his, you know, the Lord's firstborn, man. Ezekiel 36:5 says, thus, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. See? Because don't forget that Balfour, I'm not sure if he was an Amalekite, but all the same, he's of Edom, man. That was a transaction between Edom and Edom. Alright, let me read that again, man. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, meaning what? That's Amalek and Esau, man. right? Amalek and Esau, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. Yeah, man. People don't seem to understand. You got Christians in this world, man, believing that these are the people, and then they've been so wicked in their ways that some people are even now saying that the people that they're quoting um let me get it because I can't remember. It's been so long since just like what is it again? Um, I haven't read this one in ages. I don't remember where it was. Shame on me. Revelation 2:9 says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." And that's twofold, man, because you know a lot of our people are of the house, are the temple of Shaitan, man. You know what I mean? But these people are moving like that, and now you've got Christians. I've seen this Christian guy calling them out on his show, almost talking like as if to say that the people, the true Israelites aren't even the people anymore. That's how rotten these people have been. If you understand what I'm saying. Now he's quoting this against the true Israelites, because he doesn't know that they're not the true Israelites. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know the truth of who the actual real ones are, man. Hosea 1:10 says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power." Right? So it will be appointed that we will be known, it will be appointed to the nations that we are the children of the living power, man. All right? And that day no one can deny it. And we'll be in our place, man. Right? And we'll have these heathens under our feet, man. Verse 11 says, "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel." So that hasn't occurred yet, man. All right, that has not happened yet. Chapter 2 and 14. It says, "Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably to her, and I will give her vineyards from thence, and that valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Baali, for I will take the names of Baalim out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And I've got to check something because I'm not sure what that actually is, man. Because right, Salakia, but I'm gonna have to do some studying on that one. Always learning, man. Always learning. Verse 18 says, and in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword. Yeah, this is because this is the point I want. And the sword and the battle out of the earth, and I will make them to lie down safely. Right, you see? So what does that mean, man? If you're breaking the bow and the sword, man, and the battle, it means that there's no war, man. Yet these people over there absolutely smashing the place up, not giving a shit about the devastation that they're causing just because they want to grab land, man. It's just it's about grabbing the land. That's all it's about for them, man. Even when they've been kicked out of so many nations, even when they get one for themselves, they're still causing trouble, man. They couldn't just go over there and be at peace with the other people that were there. And it says, 19 says, and I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. Are they doing that? Excuse me. Are they doing that, man? They're not living the life that they're supposed. That the scripture's telling you that that the true Israelites, the true people, the true nation of Israel. Because remember, there's the whole point. Israel's a people, right? Not a place. They are not living as if this, like the scriptures say they should be living, man. So Isaiah 2, and I'll just start from the top. It says, and the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So that's saying that it shall come to pass in the last days that the governing body of the Lord's house, which is Israel, shall be established in the top of the mountains, above all the other so-called governing bodies on this earth, man. Right? It shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall fly unto it. So we will be above all the nations, man. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Right? See, these people don't, the world doesn't get it. Once we are in the land, man, Esau's done, and these other nations are going to have to take their punishment for a while. But then it's going to be all good, man. They're going to learn the ways of the Lord, man. They're going to learn what righteousness is supposed to be. They're not going to be like us, where we would be written in our hearts, man, in our minds. But they're going to learn, man. And most people are going to want to live that way, because it's, the wages of sin is death, and the scriptures is quickening, man. It brings you life. Verse 4 says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So that's a big red flag right there, man. These are not the people. They are not the people, man, of the book. All right? They are not the people of the book, man. I think I've got one more scripture. Joel 3:1 says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat," or Yehoshaphat, meaning Yahweh's judgment, "and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." And that's not happening to them people, is it? There's all laws protecting them. In fact, you'll find there's laws protecting most people on this earth, apart from that Jake, apart from Israel, the true Israel. You know. Where was I? Verse 4 says, "Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border." Yeah, man, because those Hamites, man, they sold us unto the Edomites, man. All right, that is why the common narrative, when you want to bring up slavery, the chattel slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, right? These Edomites always want to talk about how we sold your own people sold you. Well, they're not our people, man. They're not our people. That's why you think that, because you don't understand that, there's dark nations, but not every dark nation is of the same kin, man. They're from Ham, man, and we're from Shem. So verse 7 says, "Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the land of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans for a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it." Did I read that correctly? "And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children." I think I said land, so like into the hand of the children of Judah. Right, verse 9 says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord." Well, look, that's going into something I don't need to go into anyway. So I think the poet made the point. Yeah, that's going into the that showdown, man. That showdown before we get to go home. Yeah, because it's our home, man. All right. So yeah, with that, went on a bit longer than I intended, but you know how it goes. With that, I'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hashem Akakudash, the one this is edifying. And shalom to the next one. Shalom.